It's a Jazz recap here on DJ and PK 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Tough loss on Saturday night for the Jazz. Play hard, just came up a little bit short in overtime, losing to the Magic 128-127. The Jazz were led by Keyonte George. Once again, 27 points, 9 assists for Keyonte. Hit a big 4-point play, hit a three, got fouled. Made the foul shot to put the Jazz up 1 with 4 seconds to go, but Desmond Bane hits a runner in the lane at the last second to win it for the Magic. Let's get to the postgame sound and start things off with Jazz head coach Will Hardy.
I'm so proud of the team. That was a hell of a fight in the second half. We're playing lineups that we haven't planned for. The guys are finding ways to help each other. Their competitiveness, their togetherness is outstanding. I thought the environment in our building tonight was unbelievable. So many big plays made by so many people on our team. The biggest thing for us to learn from this game is that they scored 34 paint points in the first half and 22 in the second half and in the third and fourth quarters. And so, that was a big priority for us coming into the game, and I think we made as a team, a great adjustment with our mindset in the second half, and we just need to continue to fight for that focus to start the game. When you haven't seen a team before, got a lot of young players, sometimes it does take a few minutes to adjust, and that's part of the game, but we can't wait till halftime. But the way our team is playing offensively, the sharing of the ball with 34 assists again, 6 people in double figures. A lot of people played well tonight and made big plays down the stretch. Obviously, K-Love deserves a shout out tonight. I think it's been a while since he's played 32 minutes. But his rebounding, his body position, on the glass defensively, obviously made a bunch of big shots, but I think this is the part that I hope our fans appreciate about our group is that it is actually a team. And each night there's different people who are in the closing lineup, and I think we have a team that's easy to root for. They play so hard, they play together. I'm really proud of the group. Obviously, Bane makes a great shot there at the end in traffic, the scoop going right. And that's the way it goes sometimes in the NBA.
How was Isaiah able to change the game in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think we were way more deliberate with the spacing and playing in straight lines. I felt like in the first half, we were moving the ball well, but I felt like when we went to drive, we were playing too much of a hesitation game, too much snatch back, too many in and outs. We're almost doing too many moves. I thought Zay just was so decisive and powerful as the game went on, and testing their defense, drawing second defenders. Zay he's understanding more and more what his gifts are right now in his career and how he can impact the game every night.
What do you think of Keyonte's 4-point play, just his poise and patience to get that jump?
Yeah, 14 seconds left. We have 1 timeout, and so we're trying to go on the run. There's a world where if the coverage isn't executed perfectly, that Keyonte's going to try to get on the rim and try to get a quick 2. They did a pretty good job. And this is the part where, I'm the head coach, but I'm just like everybody else in the building in that moment. I'm just watching. And Keyonte made a spectacular play. The step back, the shot fake got him in the air. Obviously the building went crazy when it went in. The poise to calm down and make the free throw afterwards, I think, is a big thing for a younger player. But yeah, I think that's one of those moments where, you see stuff in our league sometimes it's just an amazing play by a really, really talented player.
That is Jazz head coach Will Hardy. Let's move on to the players and hear from Keyonte George.
It was winning time, so Just wanted to trust the work at the end of the day, and the ball dropped. But all 4 quarters we had to we gotta be better on locking in on the scheme, me included. Like I always say, it starts with me. Got to be able to have energy throughout the game, and credit to Zay. He was the best player on the floor for us all night. The pace, getting to the paint, guarding, having energy for us. So that's the Zay I know. So hats off, to Zay for him to, play the way he played. And but yeah, it was a fun game for sure.
When you have a vet like Kevin Love play like he did tonight, double-double, what was it like playing next to that and the energy he brings? Yeah,
Caleb always comes in prepared, ready to go, super professional, been in this league for a very long time, so he understands what it takes to win. We just seeing the day-to-day process that he does, and the things that he does to make sure he's ready to go when it's time to play the 48, and he continues to show us the OG still got us. So happy for K-Love. Obviously he's been big time for me. We sit right next to each other, so we talk a lot, but K-Love played phenomenal, making shots, getting rebounds, just doing everything that he does.
Coach said you guys made great adjustments in the second half, and now it's just more about making sure you guys all start the game like that. How do you look to take this on the road when you guys face Denver?
We just got to understand what we want to do on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, we know how we want to play. So it's just about, we talk about anybody but when we play some of these teams, and we gotta be able to live with. If we do lose and we locked in on the scheme, we got to be able to live with that. Some guys making shots, this NBA at the end of the day. But we also have to understand, how we're not willing to lose. And, obviously we know that. And, we just continue to honestly get better. And, everything going to come together, sooner or later. But, adversity is good for us. Seeing the spurts that we have where we locked in defensively, getting stops, running. We look phenomenal, so we just got to take those, those moments and expand them.
What does the crowd bring on a night like tonight?
The crowd is always loud. They're always the same each and every night. I feel like we go to all these arenas. I feel like we got the best fans in the league. They show up no matter what the situation is. They could have easily left tonight, felt like we was out the game and we made a push, and they super loud for us. So we feed off the energy of the fans. Them getting up, them being engaged, in the game the whole time. Can't ask for more, honestly. So shout out to the fans for sure, giving us the energy, being locked in on the game. It brings life not only to the arena but to us as well.
That's Keyonte George. Let's now hear from Kevin Love.
Everything's just going to grow, but I think defensively we've been doing a much better job in some aspects. Offensively, we continue to share the ball. Our assist numbers are, still up. I don't know what we had tonight, but it looks like 34 assists. We just continue to share the ball at a very high level, and continue to break the paint. I think that's where we get in trouble, is we just have lulls where we do not break the paint as much as we should. Other teams go on runs and we build ourselves too much of a deficit. But again, I think we're playing better basketball.
You haven't played with Keyonte for a few months now, but especially seeing that type of play that he makes it in that 4-point play, what have you noticed about him?
I think just a belief in who he is, not only as a player, but as a leader and where he stands in this league. He just continues to get better. He's someone who we look to every single night between him and Lowry, to go out there and set the tone and get the job done for us. But, he's just been so huge for us this year. And, again, he's getting the respect around the league now. It's a beautiful thing to see. And he's somebody that I've seen grow even in just my couple months here. So I'm very, very happy with what he's been able to do. And, his growth, even in, just little micro moments where he might start off and, miss a few shots, and where as early in the season he was even getting down on himself, he just continues to fight and have big moments for us. And that was a I wanted it so bad for him because he hit such a huge shot for us and, made the free throw, but they made a tough shot.
Your locker is right next to Keys, so what kind of conversations are you having with him as he evolves as a leader?
A lot of conversations. When we embrace right before the game, he's going out there, he talks to Will and comes, right to me. Every single time I tell him, lead us, keep being you, just keep leading us. I didn't know Keontae at all besides watching him, the past couple years. And, when he got here, he was somebody I just, instantly had a relationship with, and somebody who, like you said, I just am right next to him in the locker room, the same thing on the road most of the time. And it's just, a great back and forth that we've been able to have. And, my position on this team, I know I played well tonight, but I just want to be the vet that I never really had early in my career. And I look at somebody like him who's taken a massive leap. And I just want to be able to support him as best I can in any way.
That's Kevin Love, 16 points, 16 rebounds in 32 minutes for the old vet. But the Jazz lose by 1 in overtime to the Magic, 128-127. Next up, the Jazz will be in Denver tonight to take on the Nuggets. A game will tip off at 7 o'clock. Pregame coverage begins at 6.